easy. Okay, you guys, so this is stuff that you have definitely seen before. Remember that other worksheet where you were kind of picking your method of solving? We've learned lots of methods of solving these, okay? We've learned factoring. We've learned solve by square roots. We've learned complete the square. We've learned quadratic formula now. Just to name a few. Your job is you're going to pick, pretty much it's going to be quadratic formula or square roots. That's what you're kind of picking. But now we're saying, hey, we know what happens if you have a negative under a square root. We're not just going to write no real solutions anymore, right? It's going to turn into an I. That's it. Easy peasy. So number one, do you think we should do the crazy quadratic formula for that one? No. What's the easiest way? Square root. Yeah. You'd say factoring, but the only difference is that one has a x squared plus 9. Okay. Because of that, we're going to get a complex solution, and you guys will see. So what would I start doing first? Subtract 9.
Why did you move it down?
Oh, just because my words were blocking the way. So I could have just, no purpose. I just didn't feel like erasing stuff.
Got it.
Okay, now what do I do? Square root it. So in the past, we used to just say no real solutions. Not no more, friends. So right now, we have plus or minus the square root of negative 9. And we're going to do the Mac move.
What?
We're going to pull out the negative. The negative's going to turn into a what? I. And you don't need to do these in separate steps. You can do it all in one. I'm just kind of showing you. And then what is the square root of 9? 3. So we have plus or minus the square root of 3i is our answer. So that is the only difference. When you get a radical that doesn't simplify or that is a negative, now we know how to simplify it. So now we don't want to just say the decimal. We want to simplify it as much as we can. No. So it involves a lot of algebra trickery, but if you refer back to your notes, it's not so bad. No. All right, number two. Number two, we're definitely going to, it looks like a factoring one, right? Totally looks like it because the numbers are nice and small, but is there a way to multiply two numbers and get 5 and add and get 4? No, it doesn't exist. The only way you can multiply two numbers to get 5 is 5 times 1. And 5 plus 1 is definitely not 4. So that means we're going to use which crazy formula? Quadratic. Do you want me to sing what it is? X equals negative b plus or... No, I'm just kidding. B squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So let's put our a, b's, and c's in there. What's my a value? What is it? 1. What's my b? 2. Wait, who said 2? I said 2. Don't say 2. What's my b? 4. What's my c? 5. So we're going to plug it into the formula. Negative 4 plus or minus 4 squared minus 4 times 1 times 5. Now you can still use your calculator for the discriminant part, right?
Do you have to use that method, or if you use the other one?
Which one?
Like the B for
the what?
Like
the complete the square?
Yeah. Are you able to use that? Because
you probably can.
I don't think I used it up to like where you got the 2, and I got x plus 2 equals 1 I. And I don't know if you can even do that.
Well, let's check. We'll do it. And we'll compare. Because you probably can. We'll compare. But yes, you don't have to pick. I just picked this method, but you certainly don't. And then 2 times 1. Okay, so now we'll simplify. So we're going to leave negative 4 plus or minus. So 4 squared is 16. 4 times 1 times 5 is 20 over 2. What's 16 minus 20?
-4.
Thank you, Ms.
Is it
Hurkowski.
positive
She's got us. We've got -4, -4 over 2. Okay. What is the square root of -4? What would we say?
2i.
2i, yep. Over 2, and then we can write our two equations. So we're going to go -4 plus 2i over 2. And then we're going to go -4 minus 2i over 2. Now, we can't combine the 4 and the 2i, right?
Right.
But can we divide -4
Yep.
and 2
Yep.
by 2? We sure can. So we're going to do that. So we're going to go -4 divided by 2. What's that?
-2.
-2. And 2 over 2?
1.
1. So we'll just say 1i. You can put 1i, or if you just put I, that's fine. Is that what you got?
I got the same numbers, just have an x in there. It's x plus. I got x plus 2i. It was 1i.
Okay, we're gonna try it that way.
I don't
We
know.
gotta do it. I'm excited. Okay, so that is what you would get. Now Mac completed the square. So let's check it. So if we complete the square, that means we make room, right? And then we add half of the b values squared. So what's half of 4? 2 squared, 4. So we're going to add 4. And that'd be a -5 plus 4 if you move it. Okay, so then we factor. So we have x plus 2 squared equals the square root of -1. So there's our 1i, right? Oh, dude, I think you got it. But let's try it. So we'll square root. Oh, we're like...
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait, no, this should work algebraically. Interesting. Let's see. So technically on this side, let's get rid of our radical first. So we would have 1i, right? And then we square root. So that would be x plus 2 Huh, that's a weird problem to have. There's got to be a property for that. What is radical I?
That is so advanced in thinking that you came up with a new property.
No. There's a reason for it. I just got to think about the.
Well, wouldn't it just be?
Oh wait, why did
No,
I put her? No, you guys, I made a math mistake,
It's
guys.
just
It's just -1 there. Ugh. Mrs. Lannert. I was getting ahead of myself. No, it totally works. Watch. So you got -1. You know what I did? I jumped the gun. I knew we were gonna radical it.
Wait.
Is that what? Wait, check what you got. Is that what you got?
X. Because I had -1 radical.
Not yet. Yeah, because we didn't take the square root of it yet. So what I did is I kind of jumped the gun. I knew we were going to be taking the square root of. So I did it, and then I did it again. Don't do that. So right here, okay, and you people watching the video, I apologize. But we did it. We added our 4. We completed the square, and then we simplified. Now let's do our square rooting. So now we get square root of -1. So we'll say the plus or minus 1i, right? Because the square root of -1 is plus or minus 1i. And then we would subtract 2. So we would get x equals -2 plus 1i and -2 minus 1i.
I was just confused on if you combine them or not.
Nope.
Which, yeah,
Nope, you
that's-
don't. You leave them separate. But you absolutely can get the same answer with completing the square. Just don't do it wrong the way I did it. That's usually a bad move. Okay. Good question. All right, let's keep cruising. Let's keep cruising. Okay, no talking, guys. Let's keep cruising. Okay, number 3. That one we definitely don't want to complete the square, right? Because there's a different value in front of x. And if we tried to divide it out, ooh, we get some fractions. So we'll use poop brown just for Jade. I'm just kidding. So we're going to identify our A, B, and C. What's my A? 5. What's my B? What's my C? 1. So we're going to plug them in. So we got negative B plus or minus the square root of B squared minus 4 times A times C all over 2A. So then we're going to simplify. So we get 16 minus 20 again over 10. And then we'll simplify a little bit more. So it's just what we did with that radical stuff. Not radical.
I think it was the last one, except it's 10.
Yep, it's pretty similar. So we get 4 plus or minus 2I over 10. Now, can you divide them by 10? No, but we can simplify, right, Vincent? Are you... we can simplify, right? What can we simplify by? By dose. Heck yeah. You are right. So we'll simplify by dose. So that turns 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So our answers are 2 plus 1I over 5 and 2 minus 1I over 5. So all we did for that last step, for those of you that were engaged elsewhere, is we just simplified the fractions. That is just like 4/10 and 2/10, and we divided everything by 2. Any questions?
You don't have to write one I, right? It can just be I.
It can just be I, yep. Why is there what? Yeah, it's pretty cumbersome writing all of this. Does anybody have any questions?
Where's my bag? Wait.
Okie dokie. Next one. Okay, so now it says find the zeros. What does it mean when you find the zeros? What are we supposed to do? Heck yeah, we do. We're going to set it equal to 0. And then solve. That's all it means to do. Set it equal to 0 and solve. It's just making you do the extra step of setting it equal to 0. So, now, we're not going to use the quadratic, right? No, because there is only one variable. So we can use which method?
The square one?
Square root, which way? Yeah, square root 1. So what do I do first here?
Well, can't you divide by 4?
You could divide by 4. Yeah, you could kind of just divide both sides by 4 right away. Because the 0 just kind of eats it, right? Or if you forget to do that, it just becomes a 2-step equation then, and you divide by 4. So you can do that. So now what do we do?
Square root.
Not yet.
No, subtract 5.
Subtract 5. Yep, we got to subtract 5. And then we're left with negative 5 equals x squared. Now what do we do? Now we square root it. So we get x is equal to plus or minus the square root of negative 5. I'm done, right? No. What do I have to write that negative 5 as? 5i. Yep, we're going to write it as 5i. So we'd go plus or minus 5. Oh, not 5. Mrs. Lannert, what did I... No, hold on. No, don't erase anything. Don't. Yeah, I is the only thing you can pull out. I said that's super weird. Getting ahead of myself, right? I is the only thing you... So you would go I square root 5.
And that's why we don't have to actually square root.
Well, you can't square root 5 because 5 is not on the perfect square list. You can only square root things that are on that list.
Or is it just like putting a decimal?
Don't want decimal.
Don't know.
No, we want to leave it as a simplified radical, no decimals. Okay? Which is less work for you guys, honestly. Then you don't got to do rounding or anything like that. Let's do this one. This one, what do I got to do first? What do I do?
Subtract 1.
Subtract 1. Yep. So we got negative 1 equals 9 times x squared. Now what?
You divide by 9.
Divide by 9. And we're definitely going to leave it as a fraction here because if you did the decimal, it would be kind of a crazy decimal. Okay, then what?
Square root.
Square root. Oh no, we got a negative under the square root. That is okay. We know what to do, right? Square rooting a fraction. Remember, that means you square root the top over the bottom square rooted. What is the square root of negative 1? I, yeah, that's the literal definition of I. And what about the square root of 9? 3. So we have plus or minus I over 3. And you can leave it like that. Another way to write it is you can write it as 1/3 I. That's another way to write it. But either one would be okay.
Wait, do you put the plus or minus in front of the fraction or just
Technically in front of the fraction, but if you have it in the numerator, that's okay. Just don't put it in the denominator. Okay? Is this making sense, you guys?
Yeah.
Did you say no?
Yep.
Which part's not making sense?
The whole thing.
Well, let's try and zero in on questions because all we're really doing, you guys, is we're combining what we did with the quadratic formula lesson. Remember 4.5? And we're just saying now we can take the negative and make it an I. That's it.
Wait, so why is one eye on the top and one's on the side?
Well, it could be either one.
Is the test
Oh,
going to
I
be
see.
just on the last 2 chapters?
Last 3 chapters, yep.
So I don't have to have both. I can have one.
Yeah, pick your place. Pick your favorite. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so this last part, your favorite word problems, friends.
No.
Oh, you're gonna need the equation for velocity. They always forget this. Okay, a juggler tosses a ball into the air. The ball leaves the juggler's hand at 4 feet above the ground and has an initial velocity of 30 feet per second. Does the ball reach a height of 25 feet? What about 10 feet? Explain your reasoning. So first, you're gonna need the equation for velocity and all that stuff. So I'm gonna get that for you. So that is h equals negative 16t squared plus, oh, that's a t. Where initial velocity and then initial height. Okay. Oh, it might be on the test. You would be given the equation though. Okay. So this is another, we've done several examples of these guys, and guys, I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty much all the same. All you're doing, sometimes they give you this formula, sometimes they want you to put it together, but it's just a physicsy formula, but it applies quadratics. So a juggler tosses a ball in the air. You guys remember some crazy teacher told you that All of these parabolas are modeled with somebody throwing something or launching something. Sometimes it's a rocket, sometimes it's a ball, whatever. Something gets thrown, and then when it falls down to the earth, it does not fall perfectly straight because of gravity, right? So, you what?
I don't remember that.
You are just trying to be negative Nelly today. You are. You never said it. I don't remember it.
I don't.
Okay, that's okay to not remember it, but I definitely did say it. But that is okay because maybe now it'll stick because you've seen it 47 times. But so a juggler tosses a ball into the air, and then it kind of reaches the ground eventually. He says it leaves his hand. So here's the guy, right? It's 4 feet above the ground, okay? And then it has an initial velocity. So what is initial velocity? What does that mean? The speed that he threw it at, right? So he threw it at 30 feet per second. That's his speed. They want to know if it's ever going to reach heights of 10 feet or 25 feet. So we just got to check if those points.
Why don't they just put a ruler up?
You don't think what?
Why don't they just put like a ruler up and measure?
It's true, but more work, I guess. I got nothing. I don't know. So we're going to plug into the formula, and we're going to see if those answers exist. That's all we're going to do. So we're going to say, okay, our starting velocity, what did they tell me my starting velocity in the problem was? 30 feet per second. What did they say the initial height was? 4. So we're going to check them. First, we'll check the 10. We're going to say, does that hit the parabola? Is that like a real time? So I need to make sure it equals what?
0.
0 in order to use the quadratic. So I'm going to subtract it. So we get 0 equals negative 16 t squared. Now, technically, according to this, are they asking you for an answer? No, all it's saying is, does the ball reach 25 feet? What about 10 feet? Explain your reasoning. So we don't even really need to like finish the quadratic, right? We just need to make sure it's going to be a real solution. Where are we going to look in the quadratic to see if we get a real solution?
Second half, the B.
The second half, the discriminant, right? If that's negative, it's not going to be real. So we're just going to see if we get a negative. That's it. So A is equal to negative 16. B is equal to 30. C is equal to negative 6. We're going to plug it into that quadratic. Plus or minus, negative B. I jumped part of the formula. It's because I'm not singing the song, guys. Plus or minus radical B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. I love that guy. Like, I'd be friends with that kid. I would. 2 times negative. Okay, so let's check the discriminant. Let's check under there. What do you guys think? What is this going to equal? Is that going to equal? Yeah, check it in your calculator. Check it in your brains. Whatever, plug it in. You just need to worry about that stuff.
Oh my god, that is my hair.
4 times 6.
It smells good.
Everybody should be checking it, not smelling our hair.
Yeah, Jade.
Now that's in the video.
What are you doing, Jade? Bro, I
So it's
smell
going to be
this
negative, what's 4 times negative
say
16
1, 2, 9.
times negative 6?
Well, I got it.
Negative 4 times negative 16 times negative 6.
Yep, what is that?
Negative 384.
Negative 384. Okay, so then, guys, I could even stop right here, right?
Okay.
Because if I subtract 900 minus 384, am I going to get a positive or a negative? Positive. So that means this answer exists. So we would say, under here, you're going to get a positive solution. So that means solution is real, right? Because the discriminant is going to give you a positive. So does this ball reach a height of 10 feet?
Yeah.
So yes, ball reaches 10 feet. Now we got to check the other one, which is pretty easy because it's the same equation. The only thing that changes is your C value pretty much. So we're going to go back to it. Now we're going to check if it equals, if it's going to hit 25 feet. I believe this does show up on the test, just to let you guys know. So we want it to equal 0. So we're going to make it equal 0. And again, the only thing that is affected is that C value. What is that, negative 21? So, and then Luke says it's not real. We'll check. You're not real. Okay, so we're going to go. Oh, see, I almost did it again. X equals. Yeah, this is on the test. Negative B. This is not, guys, I need you to take a minute. I need you to see that this is not hard just because there's a lot of writing. That doesn't mean it's hard. It doesn't. There's a formula that you'll be given. All you're doing is plugging it into a formula and seeing if it gives you a positive or a negative. That's it. That's it. And if you do your job and you're prepared with a note card, you're fine.
I thought we could have it.
Well, we'll see. You're fine. I got you guys. I got it. Okay. Anyway, however, if you would like to challenge yourself for Honors Math 3 next year, go no note card. See what you get. I'll let you retake it. It's fine. No big. No big. NBD. All right. So negative B plus or minus radical B squared minus 4AC all over 2A. All right, let's check that discriminant. Luke, what do we get? Or should I say Lukey? Sorry, just kidding. I was listening. He was telling Todd, don't call me Lukey. Okay. Luke, what is it? Negative 1344. So we got a negative discriminant. So we got a negative. Oh, got it. Okay.
It's bigger than 900.
Okay. So you end up with. Okay, I get it. So Luke is saying, we'll write it a little bit better here. Negative 30
So,
plus or minus, ladies. 900 minus, you said 13.
That's bigger than 900.
Yep, definitely bigger than 900, which means we're going to get what type of discriminant?
bro.
We're going to get a negative discriminant.
We already wrote that.
Yeah, I know. I just changed it down there. So that means solution will be is complex or imaginary. So we would say no, ball does not hit 25 feet. Okay?